are spinning.
Hello, my name is Ronald Perryman.
Truth isn't truth.
Welcome to another episode of Heads Are Spinning, a program that speaks to real Americans, Americans who aspire to the America of our grandparents and our grandparents' grandparents. And yes, I have been accused of being old school in my view of this country, and I'm as proud of hell of that label. I mean, if it ain't broke, why fix it, right? Okay. Well, with that said, let me introduce my co-host, Gerald Holcolmb. Gerald.
Thank you, Ronald. My name is Gerald Holcolmb, your voice for liberty and freedom.
Freedom!
And I so agree that there is nothing broke in America. What was with that dumb infrastructure thing? I'll tell you what, socialist Democrats want to brainwash us into believing there are imaginary problems that demand fixing. Like right now, liberals seem to feel like people always need to be changing. I say, no, we don't. Just say no to any more changes in our country. Spud, you're up.
Greetings, I am Spud Goodman.
Spud Goodman.
As the token liberal on this right-wing chat fest, both of you guys realize that if you don't want to accept change in our society, you can easily buy some, property in Idaho or one of those Dakota places and build your own compound. It's been done, though none of them ended well. Just beware. I'm pretty sure most of the people living in those kind of places don't even have CompuServe or have access to Napster. Just what kind of people resist change? I was thinking about this. I'll tell you, scaredy cats, that's who. The human race cannot stand still and just play cornhole all day. Change is inevitable. Get used to it. Let's move on to the first topic.
Very well. I believe that you, Gerald, came up with this one. Let's do it.
Spinning. Heads are spinning.
Yeah, I will lead off this topic as I did present it to the producers. It's important to me, and I plead with all who can hear my voice, please do not replace me with some person from another country or with any of those other un-Americans who want to take over this country.
I love the poorly educated.
It's like someone's trying to re-edit Gone with the Wind or The Alamo. They were perfect movies already, so leave them alone, and this country alone, for God's sake. I still have more than a few years, good years left myself, so let me say, there is no reason to try and ship me and my fellow conservatives to concentration camps that are now being built around the country. When Donald Trump is returned to the White House, he will turn those camps into beautiful condominiums with world-class golf courses in the blink of an eye. So I do see an eventual happy ending to this crisis. We just need to stand strong until then and make America great again. Your comment, Ronald?
Well, I have seen quite a few YouTube videos about those concentration camps being built, and it is very chilly. Though some of them supposedly do have workout facilities and party rooms, nonetheless, life would be sheer hell. And I know the listeners of my radio show, From the Mind of Ronald Perryman, available in podcast form the next day on my website, we will not stand for life in exile. They want America that they grew up with. So yes, many of us are being replaced, mostly by non-citizens from God knows what country. We cannot let the Communist Party suddenly poof, make us disappear. We all need to stand up and say no to replacing real Americans with fake Americans. There, I said it. I guess you're up, Spud.
Well, here's a suggestion. Just tune out Tucker Carlson and your fears will disappear.
And maybe I don't want to live in a country that looks nothing like the country I grew up in. Is that bigoted?
I mean, yeah, it's true that there are less white Americans than there were in, say, 1920, but no one's replaced them. They're not in concentration camps. They just lived their life and passed on. The circle of life? Outside of Utah, white people just aren't having as many kids as other ethnic groups. If you want to be mad at someone, blame fertile white people. You MAGA heads can stop looking over your shoulder, wetting your pants about someone who doesn't look like you taking your spot in the food chain. Jobs can't even be filled right now, so be careful what you wish for. You know, the next time you need your roof replaced, lawn mowed, or kitchen sink fixed. Okay, I'm done with this topic. Let's move on.
Spinning, spinning. Heads are spinning.
Well, I'll lead off with this one, Spud, and this is one of yours, right?
Yes, that would be correct.
Well, I sense you're attempting to ridicule the current efforts to rein in un-American books that our children are being exposed to in the classroom. Well, nice try, but no one is attempting to ban Stephen King books. Your scare tactics won't impact my own efforts on my radio show to clean up the garbage kids are being brainwashed with. So-called literature that really only discusses what is wrong with America. Spud, do you and your liberal socialist friends realize what this does to the development of the brains of our kids? I dare you to put a copy of, say, Toni Morrison or that Margaret Atwood books and not see it seriously stunt their growth intellectually, teaching them to become professional victims. Would it kill a teacher to assign students to read Ben Shapiro's book, Facts? I don't care about your feelings. Or say Kayleigh McEnany's For Such a Time as This, my faith journey through the White House and beyond, which, in my opinion, will someday soon be considered an American classic. You see, there are more than enough books out there for our kids to read, and they will be much easier to find once we permanently remove all the Hate America books. Gerald, do you want to comment on this?
Oh, yes. My wife and I have had many conversations with our kids' teachers over the years about this issue. And I don't use the word ban. I prefer the term prune our schools of all un-American books. It might take a few months, but I'm positive afterwards parents would sleep easier at night. I don't know what damage was done when our oldest, Gerald Jr., was forced to read that Kill a Mockingbird book and that Catcher in the Rye book, which, by the way, has nothing to do with baseball. I believe those books gave him nightmares about prison and not having a purpose in life. Our children do not need their brains filled up with depressing stories that make them feel bad. I want to see a smile on the face of my kids. So let's get to it and start cleaning out the shelves of our libraries, our bookstores, and there will be no need, by the way, to burn them. Maybe we just drop them off at the nearest landfill. Books are biodegradable, right? Spud, you're up.
Yeah, when I submitted the title of this topic, I wasn't seriously suggesting Stephen King books be banned, but they sure don't put a smile on your face. He makes you uncomfortable. Basically, his stuff scares the crap out of you. Does he warp the brains of our youngsters? Well, I know I survived, reading his stuff over the years. I may not sport an earnest ear-to-ear grin on my face 24/7 like, say, Ryan Seacrest, but, I made it through the years. We cannot prevent our children from reading material that will bum them out or challenge them, With that internet thingy, kids can still find out all about the unpleasant events in the world that have gone down.
You can't prevent everything.
And now Florida Governor Ron DeSantis wants to make a new law which would prohibit public schools and private businesses from inflicting discomfort on white people during lessons or training about discrimination. We liberals might be snowflakes, but you right-wingers are total pussies. Grow a pair. Okay, I'm done. I got stuff to do, so we got to end the show now.
Yeah, I believe it is time. So yes, let's close the show.
Spinning, spinning. Heads are spinning.
Well, we may not have stopped the onslaught of socialist thought-speaking society on this episode alone, but I feel we did make a dent in their offensive. My fellow conservatives, we are on the side of truth, justice, and the American way. And I am Ronald Perryman.
Truth isn't truth.
We are so on the right side of history, Ronald. Not the history that makes people sad when they read it. No, we're on the side of history that makes people happy. Life is short, and there's no need to go through it feeling guilty or remorseful. Am I right or am I right? I'm Gerald Holcolmb, your voice of liberty and freedom.
No, you are wrong on that point, but I will agree that life is short. I mean, you have to make choices and determine your priorities. For me, it's TV.
Yes!
It completes me, so I don't have much else to say other than I'm out of here. I am Spud Goodman. Be all that you can be, and I mean that. God bless and ciao.
Bye-bye. Heads are spinning.